Who are you? Another drug-contaminated devil worshiper from Hollywood?
I'm a friend of Cindy's, and that ought to be good enough for you. I don't do drugs or worship the devil.
This is Rick. He was on the police force for 7 years, and now he drives a limousine.
Why is he an ex-policeman? He get thrown off for drugs? Satan worshipping?
That's trash.
Hello and welcome to That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I'm your host, Matt Howell, and I'm joined today by two Coke Classic members, Kyle and Joe. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
So I brought Kyle and Joe back. I asked them to come back for the movie we're going to talk about today, which is from 1993. It is called Get Even, a.k.a. Road to Revenge. And
AKA Champagne and Bullets.
That was his working title. That's right. So I want to talk about this because there's kind of a conceit here. This movie stars or co-stars William Smith, and William Smith was in a movie that Kyle and Joe and I riffed a few years ago, Invasion of the B-Girls. He played the star. He was Neil Agar, and we riffed that and had a blast with it. And I wanted to talk about this a bit because we are sharing our riffs again. We kind of lost our riff tracks, whatever that was, store. They don't really work anymore. So we were giving these away for charity. So Joe and I had kind of a psychotic break and over-riffed this movie Wild Guitar and went completely nuts on it. And then
I think you mean riffed to perfection.
To perfection. Yeah. So I guess if this were a Beach Boys record, that would have been Smile, because we kind of got a little weird there for a while. But then we wanted to give it away on YouTube, and then I realized that there was so much music in it that all of the rights would go to the song guy, which was Arch Hall Jr. And Arch Hall Jr., who to my horror I discovered on Facebook, is a huge Donald Trump guy. So
What?
I didn't want to give his money to him, so I thought, let's just give it away for people donating to charity. So people did, and we gave away tons of riffs. I gave every $5 people got a riff. Wild Guitar was the main one, but we gave away all of our other riffs we've done. So people just gave us $20, $25, $30, got all of our riffs. We gave money to, the Southern Poverty Law Center, whatever it's called, and Charity Water, the ACLU. I mean, just over and over, just huge charity stuff. It was awesome. And that was a year ago. And that was another part of the impetus, was realizing that was a year ago that we did that. So I just want to kind of drum it up again and say, hey, we're doing these guys, and $5 will get you a free riff. So you can get Wild Guitar or Invasion of the B-Girls starring William Smith, sorry. Anyway,
All comes around.
that's why we're doing this. Yeah. So in Invasion of the B-Girls, William Smith played the hero, Neil Agar, a government agent. In this one, he is not the hero. So that was my little pitch about the riffs there. So how are you guys doing, first of all?
Oh, great.
Yeah, okay. But it'll get better.
Yeah.
Promise.
So had you guys heard of this movie before?
No.
No, I was surprised when I looked it up a little bit that it has quite the cult following, though. I'd never heard of it. Maybe because there's so many different titles. Maybe because the release was a little sort of beleaguered, it seemed like. I don't know. What about you, Kyle?
No, I hadn't heard of this at all. But how many titles does this have?
Well,
three at my count.
Yeah.
But they're all like different cuts, kind of. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more?
Yes, there is more. So I saw a Q&A with the director. This is a film made by, so it's written, produced, starring, music by everything, John de Hart. So this was shot
worked for Orson Welles.
This was shot in 93, but I don't think it came out. I saw a Q&A with him where he was at a theater, kind of like a theater that plays kind of psychotronic odd stuff, and they actually flew him out to do a Q&A afterwards and attend the screening. And he talked quite a bit, and it was very interesting. It was like a 25-minute Q&A. And Yeah, he talked a bit about how long it took to go from like shooting to actual release, and he talked about the working title, which Joe mentioned earlier was, what was it?
Champagne and Bullets.
Champagne and Bullets.
I'd like to point out, of all three titles, it's the stupidest, but also the least generic of the three. So I like that.
It makes a lot of sense.
So I think,
yeah.
I think it was widely on VHS, direct to video, whatever, released as GETEVEN. Was that that was the primary name, right?
Yes.
Oh, I was reading it as GETEVEN.
Oh yeah, the Saturday Night Live band. Right. No, this is.
Wait. What the listener may not know is that the proper title of Get Even, it's all run together as one word,
stylized as.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Artistic choice.
So I had never heard of this either, guys. Actually, and I'm kind of shocked because this is kind of my bread and butter stuff. And I went on to some message boards. Somebody, when the whole backlash Zuckerberg thing of Facebook happened, people starting some message boards up. Some indie comics guys started a message board up and invited me, and I went there, and it's just kind of getting started. But one of the things I was like, "What are you obsessed with right now?" And I posted Neil Breen because I'm currently totally obsessed with Neil Breen. Joe, have you checked out Neil Breen yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm totally into him right now. So I posted that, and the guy who owns Floating World Comics and one of the guys who makes comics that he publishes said, "Have you ever, you guys should do Get Even on your show. You'd love it." And I was like, "I've never heard of this." I was blown away. So I immediately went to YouTube and looked it up and saw the Shimmy Slide song. And knew this was a match made in heaven. And when, yeah,
no, please go.
No, I just so at that time, this is the other thing is that typically I do stuff that's available on Vimeo or YouTube or whatever like that. But this was at the time that I told you guys about this and booked this show. This was available. I don't know if John de Hart went online and pulled it down.
I think he may have. I think somehow it got popular enough with people sort of discovering it. Like I said, that Brighton Film Festival, and he's like, "Oh shit! I'm giving this away, and it's it's worth something now." Because you'll notice all these guys kind of do that. They start getting this sort of attention with their film. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, I got something." I mean, that happened with didn't that happen with Wild Guitar, where they were starting to there was something we were. So. Yeah, there was something that we were doing where they were like, "Oh no, I'm thinking of Manos, Manos Hands of Fate," where it was the son of the director or something was like, "Oh well, now it's all it's a Plan 9 and it's all popular now, and I should be profiting from it." So I think there's probably a little bit of that. But to speak to the Neil Breen thing really, really quick, one of the things I like about this is that it's always a good sign when you have a guy who does something totally else. What is Neil Breen in real life? He's an architect. Is he a lawyer? He's an architect. Thank you. And so when you see something like the ambition that goes into well, I can do movies. And what John de Hart said about his thing was that the reason he made this movie was because he wasn't getting cast in movies. Mm-hmm. And so he said, "Well, I'll just make my own." And it started as I'll just start
because that was an oversight.
Myself.
Not getting booked was an oversight of the system.
Yeah, he was so good and he just wasn't getting the attention he deserved. So he would start shooting these little scenes, and then it just kind of went on and on. So he wrote stuff for himself, almost like a professional, in quotes, professionally filmed audition.
Yeah. He needed a vehicle to showcase all this magic talent.
Yeah, look at all this, what you're missing out on. So, with Neil Breen, something like Fateful Findings, you get to see this, person's vision who they're totally not that thing, but then they're doing the auteur thing, where they're like, "I can write it, why not? I can direct it, sure. I can star in it. Maybe I'll be nude a lot or semi-nude.
I've hummed in the shower so I can do the music."
Yeah,
of course.
Exactly. So I think I definitely got when I was watching this the first time with my wife, she immediately, well, not immediately, but 20 minutes in was like, "This looks kind of has that Neil Breen vibe, for real." And I was like, yeah, it totally does. And so there is some good overlap there. Sorry.
Those are my favorite things nowadays. I'm not oblivious to the auteur idea, right? I mean, But I can enjoy a crappy movie that was made by committee, but I don't enjoy, that's just like this is a B level budget. This is, it's just kind of a for hire thing. Whereas I've really zeroed in recent years on the Neil Breens and the de Harts and like these people who like have this singular vision. Obviously Tommy Wiseau is the de jour guy, but like
Birdemic.
And Birdemic, yeah,
James Nguyen.
James Nguyen, yeah. This idea where you have this burning desire and no one will let you tell it or whatever. So you work and earn and save and teach yourself. These people, when they fail, it is so spectacular.
Well, and an important part, a piece of that puzzle, I feel like, is that you think you are killing it. Just crushing it and owning it and like, yeah.
Ego is so powerful.
It's so crazy. Like the level of delusion that goes on. One of the things that popped up in my head watching this, especially with singing with John de Hart, was he's like the good part of American Idol, where they like have the complete deluded disasters on.
Yep. The first few weeks.
Yeah. And but like apply that to every part of filmmaking. Yeah. The acting, the writing, the producing, everything. And it's gold. One of the things that I love, just because I have this thought, I want to get it out there, but whenever these things like have a resurgence or they get cult popularity, what happens a lot of time is people will say, and I don't know why people ask them this, they say, well, are you going to do a sequel? Like you're going to do a Room 2 or a, whatever. And it's like, you can't do that.
Yeah. You don't get it.
Birdemic 2, I think they did do that. It's like, this is not going to work. Like, because you're not going to have the same, you're either going to be trying to chase this sort of fake, this manufactured kind of cluelessness. Like, you're just never going to have it. Or you're going to probably have a bigger budget now. Like, there's no way you can capture that lightning in a bottle.
Once you're aware that
specific.
You're not competent or that people don't get you at the very, best, then it becomes camp, like self-involved, self-aware and involuntary camp. I don't care for camp. I've talked about this on the show a lot. Like camp to me is the most disingenuous, disinteresting, like Manos was a guy doing a bar bet saying, I'm an ad man, I can make a movie for God's sakes. And it's a train wreck. But when you flash forward 20 years and someone's doing slime bowl Rama babes and blah, 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 chainsaw chicks, it's like, that's not interesting to me.
Well, it's why for my money, something like Sharknado is complete horseshit.
Yeah, utter garbage.
Because it's going for this thing that it can never achieve because it's completely at odds with its very essence. Mm-hmm. There's no way it can. It's like this is it's very protective. Like it's like people that that are so sarcastic that it's irritating, and they use it as a protective, like a defense mechanism where it's like, well, yeah, I know that's stupid. That's why I said it. Like, it's dumb. So you can't hate on me because I'm in, I have this protective bubble.
Yeah.
And Sharknado is like that to me where it's like, oh, you guys like dumb stuff? We came up with the dumbest stuff.
Well, it's like, that Larry Sanders episode of like Hank's Night in the Sun when Larry gets food poisoning and he has to host the show. Yeah. And he's totally, open and
vulnerable.
Totally thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Like he's just vulnerable, and everyone just eats it up, and they love him. And then Larry's sick the second night, and he comes out and he's a complete pompous ass because he's read the reviews, and it's a train wreck, right? I mean, that's what that all is. It's like once you realize, like, oh, people enjoy it on this level, I'm going to give it to them on that level. It doesn't work anymore. You lost it. Right. Because he had you know what it is? The key word, I think, and there's sincerity. Mm-hmm. There's sincerity to A Fateful Findings, A Birdemic, The Room, and this, and wait, I've been watching I've been going back and watching a lot of Larry Sanders lately, actually. So it's funny you should say that. And before he goes on the show, he's crying to Artie that he's like, what if I don't think I'm ready. I'm not ready. What if what if I suck? And Artie just kind of tells him, he's like, breathe. He's like, breathe in, breathe out. And he's like, okay, you're ready. What if I suck? So yeah, I mean, there's this fear and this sort of like
self-delusion, and once you take away the self-delusion, you've lost the sincerity.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So, okay, to pivot away from this a moment. So de Hart said in this Q&A that he was not an attorney at the time that he shot this, but by the time this was released, he was. So he passed the bar somewhere in post, which I think is so weird. But let's move on a little bit to the actual product itself. I think we've definitely done justice to saying this.
So wait a minute. All of this talent, and he's a lawyer.
And he's
what can't he do?
By the way, very quickly, because so there is an interview that we'll address later that is very revealing about this guy, but this level of self-delusion and the fact that he's a lawyer with, I don't want to get political, but everything that's going on in the news, I'm like, it is like, I think within the year, this guy could be Trump's new lawyer.
Well, I think just a matter of elimination, he will be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everyone will serve at some point. It's like Coupon the movie, right? You will.
It's warm and mandatory.
I think this guy's got the taste for it.
Okay, so I was negligent here. I did not actually do my thing, but one of the new things I like to do is to have the snarky, like the disgruntled Comcast guy who writes the info, right, for the movies. So once I thought of this thing, by the way, I started looking around. This is actually a thing. People collect on Twitter and Instagram and post like bizarre movie and TV show descriptions they find in Comcast. So this is actually not that far-fetched. But my idea was like, give me like a super snarky, like disgruntled Comcast employee's description of movie X, right? And Joe, you did one, right?
Yes. Oh, do we want to hear it?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. GETEVEN. All right, here's your summary. This would be on like a Netflix or a Comcast, or depending on how old you are, TV Guide. World's greatest grandpa, Rick Bodie, John de Hart, who also directs, takes up several hobbies, including boxing, karaoke, bringing down a corrupt judge and his satanic cult, and lovemaking. Rated R for mature themes, boobs.
Perfect. Thank you.
Can I just read you what's in IMDb as the actual description for this movie?
Doesn't it have typos in it, though?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. An ex-cop comes back as vigilante to bring down with blazing weapons and martial arts a satanic cult that has taken over his town. His town.
Okay, so I have some issues with that. Yeah, I saw that tonight, Kyle, and I
think mine's more accurate, actually.
I think Joe's is more accurate, but first of all, there was typos, so I immediately, you know me, I took offense. But yeah, his town, like that is not. I don't even want to start pulling at this thread because I have some issues with this whole thing, the way it presents itself and what it actually is. I think I'd be jumping the gun here at this point. I think at this point, I'd just like to ask, like, what are your initial impressions? Like, Kyle, what did you think of this thing?
What I think of this movie? I actually thought that you picked this especially for me because you knew that you knew that I would just love the fucking shit out of this thing. It's got the martial arts, it's got satanic cults, it's got champagne, it's got leather pants. It's like everything you could possibly cram into a movie just for me. Thank you. Yes. God, you know me.
Yeah, that is not backwards masking. That was actually a real decision. Joe?
Yeah, what did I think about the movie? It's complicated. I mean, excited about it. Like I was like, oh, here we go. It felt like maybe it was going for a Roadhouse thing with some like, do you remember the McMartin case with the preschoolers? Like the preschool teachers, that there was like this whole rumor started that they had like a satanic sex cult with the preschoolers.
Yes, the implanted memory thing, or that fault. What the fuck's that phenomenon?
Like the hypnosis thing, implanted memory thing, and they somehow were kind of never exonerated. Like once they were like, no, wait, actually, this is total bullshit. Because there's been like these little satanic things that come up every 5 years. Like one, it's like metal bands, or then it's like, oh, what's this D&D thing? And then it was like, oh, these preschoolers. So it felt like because of the era, it was maybe zeroing in on something there, but also felt kind of just like, I don't know, satanic cult. That's a classic, right?
Yeah, throw it in.
Yeah. But kind of, I think I don't know why I think the Roadhouse thing, I think it's because of the My Town part. Like, I don't know. It's got a little, I think like Kyle said, a little of everything for a little of everybody. Mm-hmm. Also, this is supposed to be shot in LA, and what we do see, the opening shot is kind of this fake Doors song or something. And and it looks like it's shot with a camcorder out of somebody's car or maybe a tour bus in LA. And it seems like a thing that was done in post to establish like LA, right? Like there's Man's Chinese Theater. This is Rodeo Drive, yo. And
are you saying it's not?
Well, it's just that everything else we see after that seems like it could be anywhere.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
Yeah, Yucaipa, like, yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Elko, Nevada, like somewhere between LA and Las Vegas it could have been.
Okay.
Like, I don't think they use that to set it, but it'd be like if they showed the Space Needle and then the entire episode of Frasier was like, you know, clearly shot in Phoenix.
Okay. I disagree.
So, yeah,
this is like Beverly Hills
Definitely
Cop,
LA.
but with satanic cults and leather pants. Well, more leather pants than Beverly Hills Cop already had. Yeah. So I was struck particularly by that Q&A I mentioned earlier, where he was talking about some of his influences and the look and feel of this film that were very intentional. He said that he chose a particular film stock that was produced by some company that was already out of business by the time they started shooting in '93, that had that grainy quality. That was an intentional choice by him. It made, I guess he said the oranges and the reds kind of pop and looked very grainy and surreal. And he kept hitting the fact that he is a huge student of surrealism. He loves it. And if you don't see it, his favorite film that he was kind of referencing a lot in this in his mind was Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so now I understand why the dog had a black belt and was dancing. Okay. No, it's coming together.
Well, he was dancing for butter, but why was he dancing for butter? Clockwork Orange.
Because the Korova Milk Bar. Come on. Milk, butter.
Wow, it's the second time that's come up today.
Yeah, that is weird, huh?
There was a thing in that interview where he said, and he kind of said, like, he did a Trump thing where he's like, people are saying, I'm not saying, but people are saying that even though it came out before, like, he was basically kind of saying that, I'm not saying it did, but it influenced Pulp Fiction.
He said that in this Q&A too.
Pulp Fiction, like, have you seen that movie? Like, nothing. And I mean, like,
yeah, he said this came out a full year before Pulp Fiction, so
like, so I'm not taking credit for that, but and it's like, there's no similarity. Like, it's the last thing I would have thought of seeing this movie is Pulp Fiction. It's like there's no like interrupted timeline or like three separate storylines that all kind of converge, or like, a retro design feel, or there's just nothing. Like, it would not pop in my mind.
I'm impressed that he chose a specific film stock. I'm actually really impressed by that.
Yeah, he even knew the name and everything. It was a real thing. Yeah, I mean, the only thing, Joe, like you're saying, this like intentional stylization. The only thing I can think of is like Dario Argento or like some Italian, only in the sense that whenever you see Normad, who is William Smith's character, who is a former narcotics cop, somehow turned judge, turned satanic cult leader, whenever he is in a shot or a cult scene happens, there's these red or green or blue light bulbs off camera to give these weird pitchy RBG tones to everything. Yeah. But I mean, Argento was a master of it, and it felt like hallucinatory and whatever, and immersive when Argento does it, like in Suspiria. When this guy does it, it looks like there's just a fucking light bulb off out of frame.
It's like they used a lava lamp for mood lighting.
Yeah.
Also, I think, while it is impressive that he knows like the name of the film stock and everything, to me it kind of feels like saying like, oh yeah, these dick pics, I took them with Polaroid. It's this film you put in the camera. It's about $1 a picture, and it gives this real kind of like real feel to them.
Well, okay.
Maybe I'm off base.
No, I just, shooting on digital was not a wide practice at that point. So I think shooting on film wasn't like, it wasn't something where it's like, oh, wow, you chose to shoot on film.
Right.
And I do think, I agree with you. Some of those shots, like there's this weird, like Mulholland Drive shot they keep showing every once in a while. That's like just out of a car window at night, just going down this road past these palm trees and these houses and this shithole part of whatever neighborhood this is. You know what I'm talking about? It's like at 40% speed, and it feels all druggy and Lynchian. Like that's video. I don't give a shit what you say.
Yes,
that's fucking
no,
video.
that's camcorder. Like
yeah,
all the
opening was camcorder too.
Not mise en scène, but those establishing things where he's using that have no actors in them, that are just location shots to establish.
Oh, right, like the courthouse,
the mood, or the place, or the whatever. All of that is camcorder.
I did notice during the Huck's Heaven scene. Oh, by the way, that whole Huck's Heaven scene, holy shit! There was like this weird orange glow that kept popping up like off the side of everyone's head.
No, Kyle, that was not a glow. That was orange hair dye. Do you want to know why he did that?
Because he's trying to be Huck?
No, because Huck created a religion based on Huck Finn after his crisis, and Tom Sawyer had red hair, and it's a reference to Tom Sawyer, the same way that Injun Joe is Sam the Indian dummy.
Oh my God!
These actually are. I was just talking about this with Renee. Like, she was like, what's with the orange hair? And I was like, I actually know the answer to this, sadly enough.
It feels like a lot of these things. I mean, do we need to do like an overview of the plot?
Yes. I was going to ask Kyle.
I feel like people at this point are going to get lost.
Yeah, I know. I was going to ask Kyle to do this before we launched into like this, the free for all clips and chatter.
Oh, I would love to give this a shot. All right, so Road to Revenge. This.
Oh, you're going to do a different movie.
I'm going to do a different movie. Okay, well, first I'm going to do Champagne and Bullets, and then I'm going to do Road to Revenge. But this one is GETEVEN, and GETEVEN is about these three cops who, two of them get kicked off the police force for using drugs, I guess. They float around for a couple of years. One of the cops, who I got to start this over, man. This is too deep right off the bat already.
We have to go like almost like sequentially. Like we see this, and then because there's not a lot. There's a lot that we're assuming because we've seen it, but we aren't really privy to when things start out, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, I want to hear this in like 4 sentences.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not fucking William Faulkner sentences. Sentences.
Right. Okay. We'll try this one more time. Road to Revenge, aka Champagne and Bullets, also known as GETEVEN, is about a cop, an ex-cop, who falls in love with this woman that was kidnapped by a satanic cult. And now they're back together again, and they just want to be in love. They just want to feel love for each other. But the satanic cult wants to get her back, and they will stop at nothing to tear this love apart. That's what this is about.
Okay, I have some issues with your description. I don't think she was kidnapped. From everything in her description where she vomits exposition, she actually just drifted after they broke up, hung out with some bad folks, did some drugs, and then found out, oh my God, I'm in a coven.
Yeah.
And then she ran away and came home, and then they have to wipe her out because she knows too much.
She saw them kill a baby.
Yes, because the baby.
Yeah, yes.
Right, which is like the big, we're supposed to be like, what? But then it is only mentioned the one time and like, oh my God, no one's like, the baby. It's just like, no, trust me, they killed the baby. We're not going to do any kind of like special effects that cost money.
It's close enough. Okay, so
At its core, this is really just a love story. That's one of the things that made me feel so good to watch this movie, because it's nice to see. It's nice to see kind of love, and expressed through long, slow sex scenes.
Yeah, my daughter really was confused by a lot of those
bubbles. I was too. Quite honestly.
So that's what you do with ice.
Yeah.
Ice cubes, the secret weapon.
A couple things here. So, in case we've kind of drifted, John de Hart, the auteur dude, is the main guy. His name is, oh my God, I forgot his name.
Rick Bodie.
Rick Bodie. What the fuck?
But spelled B-O-D-I-E.
No?
No, I think it's just B-O-D-E. Bode. Like, it looks like Bode.
Okay. So the narc cop who becomes the satanic high priest / judge is William Smith, the guy that was in Invasion of the B-Girls. And the other cop that is his friend Huck is Wings Hauser. Do you guys know Wings Hauser, right?
I feel like I should. He's been in so much stuff. But after this, I'm going to seek him out because he was amazing in this.
Yeah. 90210? He was in 90210?
He was?
Yeah.
So
he was in a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I was going to say Wings Hauser was in almost literally everything. Like, he was in like Magnum, like you name it, right? Like a Rockford.
Like every CBS cop show in the 90s, he probably did, or 80s and 90s, like did a little turn, like whatever, what's the Simon and Simon, that kind of thing.
Yes, totally. Right? He was in Simon and Simon. He was in Freddy's Nightmares. Remember that show? The Freddy Krueger anthology show?
What? No.
He was in Tough Guys Don't Dance.
Okay. The Norman Mailer
he was on Airwolf. He was on A-Team. He was on Hardcastle McCormick, Hunter.
Yeah.
He's still working.
If Stephen J. Cannell had anything to say about it, Wings Hauser was going to show up sooner or later.
So he is like the 80s everyman, right? And 90s. And he's still working today.
Yeah. Rizzoli and Isles,
Oh my God, is he really on that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He just did a one,
Okay.
Little guest appearance.
He started off in the 60s on Cannon and stuff like that, and like 12 O'Clock High westerns. So I mean, he's been everything, but he's kind of like, at least to me, I didn't realize he had so much TV presence. To me, he was a dude that was in like B movies, like alien ripoffs, like Mutant, and just he was always a B movie, like B action movie or B horror movie guy. So his name was like an immediate punchline, like growing up to me, like, oh, he was in Beastmaster 2. Through the Portal of Time. Go. That's Wings Hauser, up, down, left, and right. Like
also, combined with that Wings Hauser feels like not his real name. It's pretty easy to, you put that together and it's just like, this guy. But I'm not being ironic when I say he is fucking amazing in this movie.
He's fucking amazing. So John de Hart said in that Q&A that his first choice was Dennis Hopper. But he couldn't get Dennis Hopper. But Wings Hauser was his second choice. And seeing the performance of Wings Hauser in this, I completely understand why.
That makes sense. I have very few notes on this entire movie because I didn't feel it warranted it. But I did write this down. Wings Hauser's drunk scene after the lovemaking scene is moi. And then I drew a little picture of like the... enjoy your delicious moments, masterpiece of, like chef, that thing. Okay. Like the little hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like, of like 3 notes I had because it is so good.
Okay.
I think it floats the movie.
Is this the scene where he's trying to fight people at the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You fucked her,
purple
didn't
shirt
you?
and dickhead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, pink shirt.
Hey, purple shirt.
Hey, fringe.
Okay, so
over there,
another note from de Hart. William Smith completely stuck to the script, delivered everything the same way every time, like a workman, Apparently Wings Hauser didn't like doing the script and ad-libbed every fucking thing he did.
Wow.
And it paid off in spades.
Yes, it did.
Just it was so good that he was just like, okay, I mean, Bill's sticking on a script over here, but that was pretty good. We'll keep it. Like, I guess the whole pool scene, like, John de Hart tried to distance himself from it a little bit. He's like, oh, well, I wasn't able to be on set that day because I had back trouble or some fucking thing. And he's like, but, he took some liberties with it. And then he takes credit for, like, he's like, yeah, a lot of Wings Hauser stuff is like improvised, but like some of my funny stuff got in there. Yeah. He's like all you need, he says when he talks to the judge when he gets arrested, and he's like, all you need is pearls and a wig or some dumbass forgettable line. He's like, yeah, that was me. I made it in.
Oh, he fed that line to Wings?
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, the worst line he has in the entire movie.
Yeah.
And everything else that he does is fucking gold. He's like, yeah.
Let's start. I could literally just talk around this thing all night long. Let's dig in a little bit to some specifics and play some clips. So some stuff I loved immediately. Literally, the first scene after the opening credits is Normad and Huck and Rick doing a drug bust. And it's one of the shittiest low-rent opening scenes I've ever seen for a movie. It's like obviously a dilapidated, abandoned fucking like fifth-wheel trailer. And the guys, their outfits killed me. So they're all wearing, everyone wears leather in every fucking scene of this movie if they can. They're all wearing different leather jackets with LAPD stencil spray painted onto the back of them. Yes. Black baseball hats with random logos taped over or painted over. And this is their unis for this fucking drug raid. Mm-hmm. Killed me. But I loved, first of all, I felt kind of sad for William Smith because having seen him in the 70s stuff so much, hearing him in the 90s, he sounded like he was pretty shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of him like shouting out to the drug dealers that they're surrounded, which they actually weren't.
The fruits of Oz.
Son of a bitch, that Normad was right.
LAPD! Your trailer is surrounded! Open up!
Oh yeah, surrounded, you wish.
You come out of there slowly! With your damn hands behind your head! Now do it!
Pretty harsh.
Pretty real.
Pretty harsh.
Yeah, William Smith is dressed like in this scene. This is the first scene. He's supposed to be an FBI agent, right?
No, he's an LAPD narcotics agent.
Okay. So can we assume he was undercover, and that would excuse the outfit?
Nope. They're all wearing different LAPD leather jackets. This is
okay.
So what you're supposed to get from this is that this is a drug raid that Normad is doing off the books. From his contacts just to get drugs to sell. So that's why there's no backup. That's why Huck gets shot and the whole thing's a shit show, is because this is Normad just going rogue to get drugs.
Like Omar. He's like a shitty Omar.
Yeah. Well, because he's dressed like he doesn't know he's the villain. He's not the villain yet, you know. But I guess he kind of is the villain already.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. I learned something today.
Yeah. So he sounds like he's done a bunch of coke. Kyle?
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah. He's had a rough time. He looks really tired. He looks really old.
He looks like he smokes Swisher Sweets, like chain smokes them in his car with the windows rolled up.
Yeah.
What? It's a good cigar.
So, yeah, I have a silly amount of clips. So if you guys just want to kind of chat through this, and I can play stuff as it comes up.
I do need to say that right after this scene, there's a slow transition into God, what's his name? Normad doing karate. Just some slow karate poses and like kicking the bag.
No,
that's Rick.
That's our hero, yeah.
So Huck gets shot during the raid, and then Rick says something like, chastises him for being whatever. There's no backup, blah blah, and then he says, "Well, if Huck dies, doesn't matter. It'd be a good thing." And then he knees him in the gut, and Normad falls down and says, "You're gonna regret that." And then Rick says something like, "I wouldn't worry about it," or though he says, "Not gonna happen," or something tough. And then we go in the montage why it matters, because he's a kung fu master.
Oh.
Yeah, that
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
now.
That was him wearing a bandana on his head.
And like a cute little kimono.
Yeah, and that's how you go into the dog with the black belt on.
Right. I think it was the dog's kimono. Also, why is the dog? I think that's his real dog or something.
It is his real dog. He talked about.
Why isn't it in more scenes?
Yeah, and you hear the staff or his wife giggling like they're trying to duck it down because that's not professional. You don't want to hear people laughing on the side.
That one scene is actually like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like dog eats butter, and it's like on its hind legs. It's a poodle, right?
Yeah.
Just going like, oh, who's my little black belt? He's wearing a black belt.
I'm a little distracted. I've been really upset about the Shimmy Slide song for like a couple weeks because I heard it and I've been like grappling with what was this in the early 90s? Like this sounds like that fucking like there's this
Scoop Boogie or
there's this sound in that era that is like this callback to a time in the early 70s, which is that good old times callback to another time in the 50s, like the fucking Beaver band was smoking in the boys' room, whatever. That whole fucking sound of like this, yeah, we're just good old times, right? We're just a throwback. But you keep following it back and it doesn't go anywhere. What the fuck is smoking in the boys' room referencing? What is that sound that in the early 70s they were like nostalgic for?
Right, like
I don't hear it. Yes, like Bob Seger.
It's like that old time rock and roll.
What the fuck are they talking about?
What old
false
time
nostalgia?
Yeah,
like,
and it's also like, what if you're nostalgic for that? Make something that sounds like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's this
like
weird.
It's horse shit.
It's its own beast that claims to be referencing something that I don't know of. And this sounds like the beginning. Remember the fucking like Beavis and Butthead music? That sounds like the Beavis and Butthead the Shimmy Slide. That weird piano like boogie woogie sounds like Mike Judge shit, and the music sounds like something fucking Hank Hill would love.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You know what it reminded me of was, after seeing it a couple times, was, do you remember Mr. Show, the Blow Up the Moon sketch?
Yes, that Hank Williams Jr. parody analog.
Yeah, the C.S. Lewis Jr. that Bob Odenkirk does. And Bob Odenkirk, famously, and he's aware of it, so I don't think I'm, wouldn't be upsetting him. I'd say just he's like, he knows he can't sing for shit.
Yes, he does.
And he's like, oh man, like he cannot carry it to like it's just a tin air. But that's what this guy sounds like. He's like in this low register, kind of like a sing-songy, like guy who's not confident, can't really carry a tune, doing karaoke. And he also sounds more like he's doing karaoke because it looks like when he's doing this song that he's reading the words off of a monitor or cue card.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he definitely is, because he's like, oh, well, that's my song. This is what he said in an interview. That's my song. I mean, like, I didn't write it. I bought it, but it's mine now. So, yeah, that's my song.
He didn't write it?
Yeah.
In the credits, it says he wrote it?
Yeah, it's Shimmy Slide, and he bought it, like, from some guy, and he's like, well, it's mine now. So, yeah, it's mine. So he kind of slipped up. He did, again, the way this guy talks half the time is like, that sounds like a certain president I know. It's really strange, where he's like, well, no, I didn't write it, but yeah, I wrote it. I mean, I bought it and paid for it, so it's mine. So yeah, like that. Like, that's how he talks. I was like, well, okay.
Is he going to get me laid? Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
So I feel like since this is actually not like on YouTube or whatever, like you have to actually hunt this down a little bit. I feel like we should play this because
absolutely.
This is on YouTube, this actual sequence, but so he and his buddy Huck, we're jumping forward a year. They get kicked out of the force by Normad, the guy who ran that drug bust. He gets them kicked off the force by lying in a hearing. Turns out they become limo drivers, and they hang out at a cowboy bar in Hollywood. I don't fucking know. But anyway, they bug him to like, hey, go up and sing. So he's like, all right, I'll go up and sing. And he looks like that he's being held at gunpoint, and kind of scared and a little angry the entire time he's doing this song.
Stomping for some more. That's when my eyes catch you and my heart begins to sing. Oh, pretty baby, man, can you swing? My feet start to moving as they push me from my chair. My fingers start to snap and wanna run through your hair. I got to get to you, but I get pushed aside, 'cause everybody's doing the shimmy and the slide. Oh, you're on fire when I grab you by the hand. Your waist is moving with the rhythm of the band. My eyes swell up as you take me for a ride. Come on, pretty baby, let's do the shimmy slide.
So, I think he thinks he's doing like maybe an Eddie Cochran kind of thing or something, or a Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah?
I have no idea who he thinks he is right now.
I think he thinks he's doing about Jerry Lee Lewis, something in there. But what it ends up sounding like is like Nick Cave dove headfirst into a shallow pool and then recorded like an ill-advised country album. It's very strange to me. And also, just for the if you haven't seen this movie, when we said it sounds like karaoke and everything, yeah, that band, like, you see an actual band on a bandstand, but when you just hear it, it literally sounds like a karaoke track. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, they're poorly pantomiming, but they're also all wearing denim. It was a little upsetting. There's a lot of fucking denim.
That's how you know it's a cowboy bar in L.A., which there are definitely plenty of.
Yeah.
You get the whole song, though. That's the best part. You get the whole
whole fucking song. So
you paid the whole song. You get it.
He mentions in that Q&A that this is, in his mind, is a musical. So it's a movie. It's an action movie. It's a whatever. It's a romance.
No,
but
really?
This is a musical because, you know, it's Oscar. You know, it's
Rodgers and Hammerstein. Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah. Oscar Hammerstein.
Well,
yeah. It's crazy.
What?
Oh, I can fight, I can sing, I can act, I do love scenes.
What I think people forgot to tell him, though, is that, like, in order to qualify as a musical, I think what musicals typically have is people breaking out in story song. In unlikely situations, like, you know, they try to make it believable, like maybe in a Gene Kelly kind of way, but a lot of times it's like West Side Story. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, these gangs are going to sing to each other. That's crazy. But they also generally have some sort of choreography that goes with them.
I think he meant more like in the postmodern MTV age of like, this is a collection of songs that have visuals and thematic things.
Mm-hmm. So in the way that the screen that has the karaoke video and they show like sunsets and then that flips away and it's like a crazy PowerPoint presentation and then it shows like a lady like sipping a champagne and then it's like a cactus or whatever. It's like how that's a musical. Like,
that was basically this movie. Yeah.
Time in a Bottle. This should have been called Time in a Bottle.
I think that whole song was just really foreshadowing for all the shimmy sliding that he's going to do throughout the rest of this movie with his lady. I think he's trying to tell us that, hey, I did make it back to my lady. I had to go through hell to get there, but then I got her, and then look out, he shimmy slid.
So the lady in question here is Cindy, and she's played by Pamela Bryant, and she was a Playmate of the Month, like in the late 70s. And so this is her big thing. She was in some other sex comedy stuff. I looked her up on IMDb. She was in like Private Lessons and just things that had names like that, you know, like sexy comedy stuff. But I think, Joe, do you know, is she the woman that sings in the other songs in this movie with him in the duets?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but she's got to be.
Can we?
Okay, so I do need to say that 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 Wings Hauser has a partner named Callie Lilly, who is also like a young music and filmmaking partner. So I was really curious if she was
Okay, that would make more sense to me simply because when you hear their duets, which sound like really bad, like Richard and Mimi Farina copies, she's definitely better than he is. Like, not by a lot, but like noticeably. Where like she's can carry a tune and he can't, and so she's kind of carrying him, and they don't auto-tune's not really a thing yet. So that would make sense to me. I didn't really track that down, but the second time I watched it, I was curious the same way you are. Like, is that the Playmate? I don't have that issue. So
is this the Thunder song?
Let's listen to Starting Over.
Starting over, and you feel like you're gonna feel like you're gonna fly. Starting over, starting over. Yeah, you felt the pain, you walked through the rain, and now you're here, and now you hear the thunder dying.
Was this the song that was played right after their dinner date? Like when they start reconnecting again?
Yes.
And the picnic scene?
It comes up
and
twice.
They show the boats, like the harbor or whatever.
Oh, right. Hey, they rented that video camera for the whole day, Joe.
God damn it.
God damned if we're not going to get some shots of water. We are in LA after all.
God, that dinner scene was so fucking painful to me. The sound, like I could just hear the rippling bubbles from the fountain in this Italian restaurant.
I've got what you need, Kyle. So I'm going to set this up for Kyle a little bit. So this scene starts, he reconnects with his ex-girlfriend who's disappeared. She was, unbeknownst to us, was in a cult at the time. But she's back now. They've gone out to dinner, and there's a water feature in this bar. So you're going to hear water feature. You're going to hear
I gotta
some
pee.
utterly fucking bizarre guitar music that is dominant in the mix, right?
Oh.
And then you get to hear John de Hart tell some jokes because servers, my wife assures me, servers love to hear jokes from their customers. Mm-hmm. Especially when they think they're really funny.
Yeah.
So here
it's almost like it's a kind of a tip. Like you don't have to tip if you tell them jokes.
Right.
They love that.
I entertained you. I don't need to give you money.
Yeah. Like that is a kind of currency.
Okay, so here is the bizarre audio of the dinner date.
Well, Benny's asked about you quite a few times. He's going to be happy to see you.
How are you?
Hey, Benny.
Hey, good to see you. I haven't seen you for so long.
I've been fine. Have you been, Benny?
Wonderful. Fantastic. Very lovely. Do you have a new joke for me?
You know I always got a new joke for you, Ben. So I got a position joke for you. This very attractive young lady goes to the doctor for a checkup. The doctor says, hey, you got to disrobe. She says, I'm very shy. Can we turn the lights off? He says, okay. He turns the lights off. She takes her clothes off and she says, doctor, where should I put them? He says, right over here on top of mine.
That one was good.
It's quite a profession. I got another one for you, Benny. Another doctor joke. Pick on Dr. Day. This guy with a duck on his head, he goes to the doctor. The doctor says, can I help you? The duck says, yeah, get this guy off my ass.
That one was good too. You always have a good jokes.
You just appreciate
I'll prepare your favorite dish.
I would prepare your favorite dish. Please, God, let me out of this fucking conversation.
What do you say about that?
God, I love the fact that he says, oh, I haven't seen you for a long time. How are you? And she's like, oh, I'm great. I've just watched a baby die at the Colt thing, but, other than that, I'm back. This is great. Rick and I are doing great.
I kicked a minor drug habit. I saw a baby get sacrificed, but I'm back in town. It's so good to see you, Ramon.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that he is working really hard to make this movie, and this is why I love him, and this is why I love this movie. But I don't understand how you could think that like that audio mix is okay. Like even if you know nothing about sound, like you can't have the background noise louder than the voices, and he obviously has fucking control over it because he's mixing it in and out.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was tripping out on that scene, particularly because it's just like like you clearly have no grasp of reality. Like, you don't know that a background sound is a background sound. So we're all fucked.
Yeah, we are fucked. It just like, and I really didn't think about it at the time, but now that I'm really coming to terms with just how much of this superstar vehicle this was for him, I didn't realize that this whole scene was all about an excuse for him to tell fucking jokes.
Yeah, right.
That's what this was. This whole thing led up to just him being able to show his comedic timing and his incredible sense of humor.
What is the joke?
The two jokes he tells to the restaurant manager that are the doctor, blah blah blah. 2 doctor jokes.
Pick on Dr. Day. You know, I ad-libbed that one. You know, I was in the moment. And I was like, I'm just going to put that in there.
Wait, is this a thing where, like, do you think that lawyers, like, talk shit about doctors? Like, do you know how, like, okay, so, like, I have a friend from Sweden, and he was like, oh, we talk shit about the Norwegians, and that, like, they're, like, our Polak jokes, forgive me, and vice versa. Like, you know, would be like Russians and Ukrainians. They'd be like, you know, how many Ukrainians does it take to screw a light bulb or whatever? Do you think doctors and lawyers are doing that?
That's a great question.
We're never going to answer it.
No, we could just get on his website and ask him. I'm sure he's got email.
You think he's up?
We should Skype him in.
So I think it's definitely true that he thinks he's quite a wit. So here is he has to bail Huck out of jail. And here's his witty
thank you
retort to the officer that's in charge that day.
You know, I just want to say one thing, like from a personal observation, the accommodations here, they, I don't know, they just suck.
Just get out of here.
See you real soon on the street, hopefully, huh?
Hey, here's a quarter. Buy yourself a personality.
Oh, let's go home.
What a way to spend a work night. It's not over, man. Look at this.
Burn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what's another good burn? If he was like, I don't come to where you work and knock the dicks out of your mouth. Classic. That guy got fucking owned. Beautiful.
So, yeah. Can we talk a bit about the coven?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're like 8 strong right now, but I think
it's pronounced Coven, but go on.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to play a little bit of their flashback audio because I was really inspired by it. I think I want to start each day with it. It's like a meditative thing.
Throughout the ages, Satan has guided us in his own divine way.
We love you, Satan.
He asks only that we live in communion with him.
We love you, Satan.
My friends, we are here today to be in communion with our leader, Satan.
We love you, Satan.
I forgot that we were sort of, the second time we watched this, we were kind of light riffing it, and that Jolie pointed out that William Smith's voice at this stage in his career sounds like Lemmy from Motorhead. And so we were like, you know, in his own divine way, he brings us to the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Spades. And it was very entertaining.
That's pretty funny. Oh my God.
I love that when she confides this to Rick on the park bench. He just looks at her and just holds her tight. He's like, "Don't be scared, honey. We'll work through this."
Yeah.
Like it's their problem. Like it's him leaving the toilet seat up.
Yeah. Or I thought it was just like she's like, "Oh, these credit cards," you know. She's like, "Oh, the car payment's late. We're gonna lose the house," or getting evicted or something. Even something like that.
Yeah.
That seems a little heavy. But it was like that. I was like, "All right, we're gonna figure it out. We'll
I
work
didn't
through
realize
it."
you never had orgasms. We can work through this.
Yeah. We'll get a book or something or counseling. I don't know.
And then she's so casually like, "Well, what's new with you?" And she's like, "Are you still trying to be an actor?"
Oh my god!
And then he says, which I think is our next clip, this that soliloquy from Hamlet by Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2. Isn't that scene?
I do have that.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied, or by the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment with this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
Bravo!
I'm sorry, Matt. I don't have this in front of me. I was hoping you could clear this up for me. Is that the same actor that played Rick Bodie? Because when he went into that Shakespeare piece, like, it was transformative for me. I'm not sure if that's the same person.
That was actually him.
I was really surprised because I've never like, now that I'm listening to it, I'm like, Laurence Olivier, he wasn't in this movie.
Yeah, I don't normally get goosebumps from these kind of movies, but holy shit.
And I'm used to the white trash version where it talks about the slings and arrows, but I like his version. It's probably the pure one.
Yeah, I don't know what the last 2/3 of that soliloquy is from. It sounds vaguely Shakespearean or completely made up. I'm not sure. It sounds like a crazy person's blog, or maybe it's Shakespeare but from a different play. But for those of you who didn't have to read this in high school, like, he doesn't even finish the sentence.
No.
That's Hamlet. Like whether 'tis noble or in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or by opposing end them. And he doesn't say that part. He just goes, and also this, and isn't this a nice thing over here, and fire and hellfire, and I'm gonna fucking, what was I saying? Like, and the cadence of it doesn't help it any. Like, it doesn't sell it. Like, part of the thing is Shakespeare is, like, when you see really good actors do it, and this is why he kind of shoots himself in the foot here. When you see really good actors do Shakespeare and understand the material, even if you don't really understand the nuance of all the words because it's in Shakespearean or whatever, it's all Elizabethan, you get the complete context from how they convey it, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, so
right?
what you're saying is,
what I'm saying is he's a shitty actor.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that felt like he was Goldbluming with a 3/4 cage turn, like just like I was gonna say stuff in a weird way, and then it shows that I'm acting.
It's like, I watched a lot of Law and Order, and I noticed that if you just change cadence and think and like act like you're thinking when you're actually not, it comes off as acting sometimes.
I have a question.
What do you think?
Was that you, Joe?
No, that was.
Oh, that was.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I had that right on hand.
He came over for pizza.
You guys, I have an issue with this film as a whole. Are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Wait. No, I'm ready.
Okay. I feel like I was presented with an action film about Satanism and Kung Fu, but I didn't get action or much Satanism or really any Kung Fu. Right. And I was also presented with a story of revenge, but the revenge scenario doesn't happen until an hour and 13 minutes into an hour and 28-minute movie.
And it's pretty limp dick revenge, I gotta say. Pretty limp dick.
What does he like? Throw some gravel at him or something? What does he do?
Well, we'll get there. But it's it's a little weak on the revenge. Lot of cuddle time though. Lots of ice play and intense.
I like ice play. Well done, sir.
So, funny story. He mentioned this at that Q&A I keep referencing. His girlfriend at the time of production broke up with him because of all of those scenes.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
She was not amused.
Yeah, wouldn't you? I wouldn't be.
Baby, this is our ticket. This is our ticket to the big time. I have to do this.
Do you guys remember the really, 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 really wooden nun?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Is that his wife?
That was his girlfriend.
Ooh.
Oh, you have to have faith in the Savior. Yes, please.
Oh, boy. She was the worst.
I'm Sister Mary Rebecca. I came by to see if there's anything you'd like to talk about. The medic said you seem very distressed.
Wow.
Did something recently happen to cause your anxiety?
Well, sister, you name it, and it's recently happened.
It couldn't be that bad. There's no life circumstance that our Savior can't help you with.
Okay, so could you ask our Savior to help me out with the rent and child support and utilities, and while you're at it, like ask him about reinstating me into my new job as a policeman, okay?
Mr. Finney.
Okay, so she's amazing.
The great Wings Hauser.
But Wings Hauser.
Yeah.
Right?
So good.
I had
and then
seen him and stuff.
It's
great.
so good. He's so good. And he's acting against a woman who's like, well, Mr. Hauser, this is my first community theater production. This is as much as I am allowed to act.
You're better than her. That's the problem.
Well, I've had actual acting experience.
Yes, I actually speak every day, so it's pretty for me.
I am a human on the planet Earth, so just talk like people talk. She's like, well, no, this is how emotion sounds when you cover every word with acting.
My husband, Jesus, doesn't allow me to feel the emotions of what I say. Sorry, that was really dark.
So, Wings, oh
shit,
he's magical to me because, sorry, go ahead.
I got a pitch real quick.
Okay.
We bring back Wings, the NBC sitcom, but it stars Wings Hauser as like the guy in charge of the airport. I would fucking watch that.
It's a nuclear bomb of awesomeness.
Like fist bump and then do the explosion thing.
Yeah.
Would do that over Skype.
So what I don't get is like he is so amazing, but he is a composite of things that I would not normally like. Like he's Gary Buseying. He is high on cocaine, Dennis Hoppering. He is he's Nick Caging a little bit here and there. He's fucking freeballing it. But it works in this for me. I don't know if it's because the landscape is a nuclear test, fucking site. But he just sparkles.
Yeah, he kind of glues this all together. His crazy kind of pulls it together.
He really he buoys the film in this really weird way, and it's weird. He has a scene, he'll go away, and then there's my guy again, and it'll kind of float on that for a while. It's weird. It's like if you had like a styrofoam thing and you pulled it down to the bottom of the deep end of the pool, and it's like, where'd that thing go? Like a dog. It's like, bloop, there it is. And you're right. He really has like all these things that like normally I'm like, he's gonna be the like, oh, I'm that asshole, I'm a prick, blah 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 blah. Like, and it should be this walking cliche bullshit and overacting and kind of hammy. Like it wants to feel hammy, but somehow relativity is everything, and it works. And I thought if, like we talked about Law and Order earlier, it's like with Jeff Goldblum, if you put this guy smack dab in the middle of a Law and Order, I don't care if it's Be It original L&O, be it SVU, be it Law and Order CI, or one of those other canceled ones, like I bet he would fit right in. He would hold his own against any of those guys and be like, they're like, this guy's definitely the murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he was great.
Hey, Matt, do you happen to have just like a little snippet of the Feel the Thunder Dying song? Do you have the other?
I don't know if I do. What was that? I don't think I do.
It was, I think it might have been playing during that first love scene, but
with
that's
the
okay.
ice cube?
That was, the ice play scene. That was, my God.
Sorry, ice play, yeah.
Feel the Thunder Dying. Just felt it, man. I felt that hard. I felt that grabbed me deeply, along with watching him shoot through the bills with the pistol.
My God.
No, I don't have that song. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay, because we could just transition right into watching him shoot through the bills.
Electric bill.
And like the the blanks wouldn't go off, so sometimes he just had to click
4-shot tries.
4 or 5 times.
Can we listen to when? So at some point they go to visit Cindy's dad to get her clothes back, and he's religious and he's remarried. Can we hear that visit home?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
Hi, Dad.
Told you not to bring your friends to my home.
Shouldn't be a problem, sir. I'm just here to help her move her clothes.
I won't have your kind in my home. Get off my property. Get thee behind me, Satan.
Dad, can't I just come in and get my clothes?
You wait out here. We'll get your clothes.
Guy's not too sociable, is he?
For those who can't see the visual or haven't watched the movie, that guy looks a lot like George Lucas to me. For those not inside my head, and that was endlessly amusing to me. Then it was like, get thee behind me, Satan. I was like, all right, well, you're the one that made 3 shitty prequel movies. Like I think we're even. And I like that they can't, I can't invite you in even though you're my daughter and you misstepped, because that's like a Dracula rules, right?
Well, you know how Jesus was, though. Like,
right.
Cross
Fucking
me, I never will ever talk to you again.
Super cut, and also like forgive but never forget. I think that was Jesus.
I really appreciated that Rick got really dressed up to go down to Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
With his leather pants and his
those are his church pants.
God, that was so amazing to me. Just, the only acceptable time that you can wear leather pants to meet your girlfriend's parents is if you're Jim Morrison. That's pretty much.
I was gonna say the only time it's acceptable to meet. I was gonna finish that with if you're on stage live at the Hollywood Bowl.
Same thing.
Then you get a pass. Yeah. Like everybody's like, "Oh, cool. Hey, Jim, it's good to meet you."
Same goddamn
They're like,
thing.
"Oh yeah. Yeah, I like how your boyfriend took his dick out on stage. That was weird, but congratulations, I guess."
But then driving off in a in the Samurai.
Oh my God. Okay. Describe that, because that was
Suzuki
amazing.
Samurai.
Yeah, the Suzuki Samurai, and that was a big part of the early '90s. That was all about the Suzuki Samurai, and just him ripping around, like spinning the Yui and gunning down the street.
But before that,
wait.
When he hops in the car, though, there's this weird scene where he can't get it in gear. Did you not notice that? Where he's like winding up the engine, and he's just like the car's drifting backwards in neutral, and then he finally throws it into first, and it just jerks forward. I love that. They used that take.
Fully expecting to see it roll over, because that's what those things were famous for.
Yeah, right.
Was taking a turn too hard, a hairpin turn, and flipping. And they had to recall them. And it's like this car, for those not familiar with the early 90s automobiles, it's kind of doesn't it feel like a car that's I feel like it was it's it's Steffi's first car, she's going off to college. Yep. It's kind of a here's your first car, chick-mobile. It's not a masculine thing. And I only say that
Trooper.
Yeah, I only say that because they could have got whatever car for their masculine, kick-ass like cop karate hero, and they went with Suzuki Samurai, which at the time this movie came out was like, huh, really?
So that's so gender coded to me that I assumed it was her car and he was driving because she was upset.
So did I.
Okay.
Yes, I did too, and that's why I bring it up. I'm like, no, this isn't me being a dick and being like, some cars are for ladies and some cars are for dudes. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, that would be like, I guess in the early 2000s, like having one of those new VW Beetles.
Right.
Like my dad, like when my mom got one of those, and my dad was like, yeah, no, like, yeah, I can't drive that around. We live in Texas. We get fucking murdered.
I can't go for that.
Yeah. No can do.
So after that scene is one of my favorites, which is the them in silhouette in front of the sunset. Yeah. And it's just this exposition vomiting where it's like, hey, did you just walk into the theater? Or whatever, in the living room. Sorry. Here's what's happened so far. It would be weird if I played that because I really loved it.
Do it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Get us back on track.
You guys are all right.
That father of yours is a piece of work. He makes me very happy that I'm going back to Hollywood and normal people like Huck.
Your friend Huck is a piece of work himself.
Well, he's got a right to be. When we were on the force, he was seriously wounded in a shootout where we were supposed to be backed up by a lieutenant named Normad. Under gunfire, he just left us hanging there. Huck's a good man, though. He's hung in with me through a lot of bad times. He's just a little confused right now, going through some changes. The ironic thing is that Normad's a judge now.
Normad. That name sounds familiar to me.
He was your basic coward on the force, dealing in drugs on the black market, the scum of the earth. Now he's a judge. I can't believe it.
Normad, God.
He got us kicked off the force when he testified before Internal Affairs that we were taking drug bribes. The chief inspector believed him because Normad taught a self-defense class to him and some other cops. Huck took it a lot harder than I did. As far as I'm concerned, every day above ground is a good day. When the worm turns, Normad will get here.
Wow. I love that, man.
Welcome back from intermission. I also like that he just kind of bucks convention. He's like, you know what? I really love this song, and I don't give a shit if there's words in it. I'm going to put it over the most important emotional part of this movie, this little emotional recap, and just let these two fight it out. See which one you pay attention to.
I love that. I love the fact that he is so like all in on Shimmy Slide that he plays the instrumental version of it like 17 times in this movie. Like
it's mine now.
The band's playing it before he decides to sing a song. The band plays it after he sings the song for the stripper to strip to. The band plays it like you know what I mean. It just keeps going. It's in the movie. It is the main theme of the film, and it's really a comment on the struggle dramatically.
Yeah.
Shimmy Slide?
Yes.
It sounds like it would be some kind of a fun drink at a bar like that.
Well, you clearly don't get it, but okay.
That's when you pour Jägermeister in one end and it comes out of the glass dick, and then you put your mouth at the other end.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I was thinking maybe it involves one ice cube rubbed around a boob.
Keep talking.
What if we made the boob ice and then you drank out of the nipple?
There we go.
You pour the shot into the ice top.
Replace Jaeger with Fireball.
Yeah, and you have to put on a mustache to go up on that boob.
Yep. Or it doesn't come out. It won't come out because the mustache is like a key.
We'll keep workshopping this.
All right. I'm getting a little Harry Potter on it, but you see where I'm going with it.
So
chased with bleach. Okay, go ahead.
I have a technical question. Did you guys notice any weird edit points in this where there's like a few frames of something else happening to where it looks like a time warp is happening.
Yes, there was a couple times.
It happens in the bar a couple times when it cuts to like a static shot and there's no one there, and then it's like 3 frames of that, and then it shows the people there talking. And my favorite one is, I might be jumping ahead here a bit, but at the very the climax of the film, when Bodhi is going into the house, to Normad's house, he goes into a room, and there's these like really stylized like Sin City Frank Miller shots, and like he's like holding the arrow inside the house, like, hey, you, like, do whatever, and he says something, and then we cut to the guy he shoots, and the dude is literally standing exactly where he was just standing 3 seconds ago.
It fucked me up.
Yeah, it's disorienting.
It was so jarring. Yeah, it was so jarring. I didn't know what the hell happened. And I love that he's just holding the arrow on his back.
Yeah.
And towards the end of his fall, it just wilts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you noticed that, because I didn't. Okay.
Were you expecting it to like pay off in like a Time Crimes kind of way? Like, this is gonna fucking bite him in the ass.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything.
The guy he shot was himself.
I wish he had that kind of bravery and excitement about storytelling, but no, he did not.
And so,
hey guys, I don't want to move the lights. Just you stand where I was standing.
Yeah, totally. That's what it was. No one's going to notice.
Yeah, all trees look alike, right?
You guys, I'm taking the bar next week. I'm fucking smart. No one's going to notice.
I'm a lawyer.
So, can we play a little bit of the big confrontation when he finally confronts Normad?
Yeah,
I hate that name.
Actually, you know what? I want to back up a little bit.
Oh no.
Well, I have so many clips. I don't need to play all these. I'm just going to play some of this confrontation stuff. Sorry, I'm a liar.
It's me again.
Oh, you loser.
You're the kind of puke that makes the world decay.
Bodhi, within this case, I have enough contraband to make us both wealthy men.
I don't sell my soul to the devil.
And that is why no one has ever accused you of being right, and why you always wear the mantle of a beat cop.
You killed the only woman I ever loved, and it's payback time.
She was a full-blown bitch.
Revenge.
I was a little deflated by the ending there.
Yeah.
So you can't hear it, obviously, but the big showdown after him being established as a black belt is he basically grabs Normad's knife and does like a judo twist around and stabs him with his own knife.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were looking for come on, man, choreograph this shit. Like, even at least try and fake some karate chops.
Golden Child. No, even just Golden Child. Skip the karate. Just make the guy turn into a demon at the end. Just make his flesh melt off and show a demon, a crappy demon. Like in Golden Child.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I like it.
Nothing.
That'll work.
It's just cocaine and bad sunglasses.
Turns out he was a mortal man.
He was just a dude.
You wanted him to be like, oh no, he found my one weakness, being stabbed in the fucking chest.
Yeah.
Like, so dumb.
It was
It was
disappointing.
a bit of a letdown in the end, I have to admit. It didn't tarnish my overall love for what I saw, but I kind of checked out on the end. I have to admit, it was more like looking shit up on IMDb. It's kind of like, what now? Like thinking that the movie was going to let me know when something was up.
Well, Joe, I will tell you what happens. The emotive nun comes back.
That's right. In the graveyard.
And she says, I know you want to pray to your dead wife. Here's the thing. I just need you to come to the hospital with me. And he says, how about you say a prayer on her grave? She says, I will totally. Let's go. It's like a bad surprise party.
Right. She's like, I will, but I can't because my God, and because she's not actually dead. But I can't tell you that.
Yeah, and she has like shimmy sliding to do.
It's kind of like when like people do the sign of the cross. You know, they genuflect. Mm-hmm. But you know, they're like, you see them do it wrong, and they're actors. And so you know they're like really hardcore, or not even hardcore, but like grew up Catholic or whatever. So they're like, ugh, this, like, I can't do this. Like, doing this is doing this. So they do it like backwards. Mm-hmm. That's the nun's deal. Is she's like, yeah, there's something I haven't told you, and I can't say a prayer for the dead for somebody who's not dead. I think is right. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Rick, you remember me?
Sure do. You left quite an impression on my buddy Huck.
I hope I helped him to find the right path.
Well, let's just say you started him in a new direction.
Rick, I told Huck that God works in mysterious ways. And there is something you should know.
Yeah, what's that, sister?
Rather than a long explanation, could you please give me a ride back to the hospital?
Well, I could, but I'd like to spend a quiet moment with Cindy. Maybe you could say a prayer.
I will, and I know it's difficult, but please give me a ride back to the hospital first.
Okay, sister. I guess I can come back a little later and spend some time with Cindy.
Thank you so much, Rick.
So he's not the sharpest knife.
I mean, wouldn't any like regular person be like, yeah, but you're a nun and we're here now. I don't see why we should have to go there and then come back here. That's insane. Just say a little prayer, like the song, and then we'll go do your thing. Like, that's crazy.
I guess the Lord works in mysterious ways right now at this precise moment in time.
But he's very on time about it.
And super anal about it.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cindy's explanation. The whole elaborate story that she spins on this thing in the last 30 seconds of this fucking movie. It was just amazing to me. Oh.
Tell us a little more about it.
Well, you know, Cindy, okay, surprise, Cindy's alive. And it turns out that when the ambulance picked her up and she told them that the bad guys are trying to kill her, the ambulance people orchestrated this huge conspiracy to bury a dead body and hide Cindy. You know, she really wanted to tell Rick about it. She really wanted to tell, but the ambulance people were like, no, you can't, because we need Rick to go and kill these people. So you just need to be quiet about it. And then when Rick comes back alive, then you can surprise him.
Have you ever?
It's funny. Sorry, Joe. Real quick.
Yeah.
I think it's like meta telling that like they know that Rick couldn't keep it a secret if he knew because he's not that good of an actor.
Or anything really.
Yeah, or anything. Sorry.
Like I've seen how he does other stuff, and I can only imagine how bad he is at keeping secrets.
Have you heard that Shakespeare?
He can't limo drive. He can't cop.
He thinks he can sing, he can't. He thinks he can karate or whatever that shit is, and he can't. He thinks he can Shakespeare. He couldn't even get through Hamlet's soliloquy. What else? He thinks rubbing an ice cube on a boob is lovemaking. Okay, so I'm pretty sure if we said, hey, you have to keep this a secret, he'd be like, so should I go to the newspaper with it? Yeah, not the brightest bulb in the toolbox. Yeah, that's what he would say.
I believe you. I have a question. Have you guys looked at the IMDb reviews of this at all?
No, I should have. No.
Yeah.
So there's a couple glowing ones. Can I read one or two of them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
John de Hart, Wings Hauser, William Smith, and Pamela Bryant are brilliant in their portrayals. John de Hart has become my favorite actor, and this is truly my favorite movie of all time. The action is superb. The relationships are real, as is the romance. The funny parts are really funny. The one-liners are great, and there are many memorable, meaningful, and right-on messages about the corruption inherent in bureaucracy. To paraphrase an eminent movie critic, everything that is good about action movies has been mirrored here and amped to the next level. Remember how you always wish that Jean-Claude Van Damme would have sung multiple songs in his movies? This movie is the fulfillment of that wish. One more thing you should know. Every female that has viewed this film and voted on this site has rated this film a 10. Don't miss it.
Horse shit. Signed, John de Hart.
Mm-hmm.
No, Rosalind Morris. Joe, thank you very much.
For one review.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Kyle. What about conceptual editing? 10 out of 10 stars.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one was pretty rad.
I have been and am a mainstream film editor since 1985. I have worked on many successful projects, for example, Magnum P.I., DC Cop, and Simon & Simon. The list goes on. I viewed this film, Road to Revenge, more than once. Each time has been better.
Twice, in
John
fact.
de Hart, Wings Hauser, and William Smith, all in caps, give magnificent performances. The message is good over evil, and it is delivered in surrealistic style. This is a stand-up film that is character-driven with substance and good continuity. Wow, the movie is worth seeing over and over. You'll come away with something new each time. I am only one of many that really appreciate the work. If you check the ratings votes, you'll find that every lady that voted gave the movie a 10 for excellent.
What is
I
that?
happen to be a man, but I strenuously concur with all those lady voters.
Oh, God,
okay.
That was amazing.
Also, why won't CBS return my calls? I'm still working. What is with the fucking ladies love this movie?
Because the ladies love John de Hart. Can't you read between the lines?
Yeah, but doesn't that seem like that's a Trumpian movie?
You thought John de Hart would be subtle?
Yeah. Well, what? Okay, was it like the first reviewer sounds like a John Barron kind of situation?
Okay.
Oh well, I know I've reviewed Mr. Trump's finances, and he's just inherited this thing, so you should include him on the Fortune 400. And do I sound like Donald Trump? Yeah. Well, we're cousins. Oh, I'm not him. It just seems like it's a friend or something. Like it's probably not John de Hart, but probably a buddy, and he kind of dictated maybe say this, and then he just did it verbatim.
Be sure to say surrealistic style, because that's kind of my thing.
That's my pitch
because
now.
that's my thing. And also tell the ladies love it. All the ladies that review it love it. Be sure and say that.
Yeah. Women love this guy.
It does have good continuity. So
it does.
It does.
Yeah.
Except for those weird jump cuts.
Those weird time jumps.
Those weird time jumps.
Yeah, but when that baby died, Kyle, did you ever see it again? I didn't.
No. Ooh,
which means it happened in the past.
And
also,
it's well done.
It's weird to brag about the continuity and then talk about how I don't know. Did this inspire Pulp Fiction? I don't know. Maybe. People are saying. I didn't say. And it's you're talking about a movie that literally, its main thing, besides the look of the film, its main thing was narrative continuity fuck up.
He was the editor. He was the fucking editor.
Told you.
Who else would give a shit about continuity? Nobody even knows. You only recognize it when it's bad. You never call out, hey, I loved your continuity, man.
You're saying that's why it's called the invisible art?
That's why.
You only notice it when it's super shitty, where you're oh my God, they had a couch in that room and now there's no couch in the same scene. What? They have special powers? Yeah. That's not... Yeah, those are probably real reviews.
Yep. So let's move on to Final Judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have something, unless I didn't touch on something or we didn't touch on something.
I feel like we've covered the gamut on this one, really.
Yeah, we covered the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle, what do you think?
I fucking loved it. I got to be totally honest. I loved the fuck out of this movie. I love seeing someone pour their ego and their heart and their soul into this thing because they want it so badly. It makes me fucking happy. I love the fact that that it felt like 15 random scenes that somehow he managed to glue all this shit together. It was a fucking joyride. And I actually watched this sober, which I don't usually do that very often when I watch these movies. I like to
I wouldn't recommend it, by the way.
Very relaxed state of mind and get my hard giggles on. And I laughed out loud multiple times. And you know what, you guys? This movie has continuity. It has action.
And the ladies love
champagne.
It. So.
I love the fact that he celebrates love and life through champagne and bubble baths and getting his groove on.
And he has all the best words.
Yeah, I'm in. I support him. I'm sad to see that he didn't make it in his dream, but now he's got a successful law career. I applaud him. I applaud him.
So I'm going to call that a cool.
That's a cool.
Okay.
It's fucking cool.
Joe?
Well, see, I tricked you, Kyle, because now I don't have to say shit because I can just go, yeah, cool, pretty much just what Kyle said. Because I did very much enjoy this movie, despite, as I mentioned before, the ending, like, it actually kind of feeds into it. The fact that it's like it plays up the martial arts thing and then doesn't deliver on it kind of feeds into the what factor of it. I had a lot of fun with it and enjoyed it. And again, the thing we talked at the top of the podcast about, the sort of auteur thing and someone just being way out of their depth, but really having the heart and the gumption to try and do this thing with the utmost sincerity and falling short is, I don't want to say it's schadenfreude. It's because it's not. I don't want to see somebody fail, but I'm glad that something they can do that didn't quite make, their target is still enjoyable for people, including me. And I like that. I think that's a positive thing. I don't think that's like, like old lady slipped on a banana peel. I think it's like, you know what? This guy was aiming here. He didn't make it, but he made something that's enjoyable on some level. And there's a wide range of stuff that will never hit that mark because it's by committee or it's mediocre. And I'd rather, yeah, well, like the aforementioned Sharknado, like, yeah. So yeah, I'd say that's a definite that's cool for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to concur here with you guys. This is a 3-fer. I fucking love this thing. I can't believe I never saw it or heard of it before. De Hart's whole trip and the fact that he was trying to tell this story and make this movie that he doesn't make properly in any way, shape, or form. And he's spectacularly failing up as he goes. I loved it. I mean, the music's awful to the point that it's been stuck in my head for 3 days. I mean, everything is so badly done that it's perfect. So this is one of those things I'm looking for when I do this show, right? I want to find these things. I would recommend everybody I know watch this. Even if you don't think you like this stuff, I think you should see this. So this is like the definition of a cool for me.
Absolutely. Oh, can I make a suggestion? Is that anyone listening to this who thinks they maybe have something that feels like this, like a Get Even, just because like none of us were aware of this, and apparently it's been a cult film, and these things have a way of slipping under the radar. I know the Neil Breen thing went, a little bit unnoticed for a while. If anybody listening to this has a suggestion for something that they think fits this kind of a bill, maybe email you or the That's Cool, That's Trash, or I don't know how you do it. But.
Yeah, please go to Twitter and tweet at us. We're at @that's_trash. Yeah, please tell us of anything like this. I mean, good God, I can't believe this festered for 20 years under our feet, and I just heard about it like 3 months ago. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would love to see another like little gem like this, and I know they're out there. Well, Matt, you and I went to see that thing that Tonya Harding was in for the Hollywood B movie bingo night. What was that movie called?
Oh fuck if I know.
It had some generic
Oxygen
like,
TV, the show.
Yeah, it was like, but it had some generic like Basic Instinct. It was a movie that's like a generic crime thriller. Breakaway, yes, and Tonya Harding has an acting role in it, and that was a very good movie for kind of the same reasons, but not quite to this level. But I didn't even. I mean, it. You know what I mean? Like that was an enjoyable watch. I could have riffed that, but it doesn't. It doesn't do the auteur de force. I'm going to say that this thing does. But I always love to be like aware of those things. Like someone's like, "Oh, have you seen this fucking thing?" Jesus, well, because you probably haven't, because last time anybody had any copy of it, it was on VHS or something,
right? In
'93. So yeah, absolutely. Like if somebody has a recommendation, like let us know, because I'd love to see more things like this, please.
And to be honest, I really thought that. Did I cut you off, Kyle?
No, go.
I really thought that like '93 was like the pushing the end of this like. Sincere envelope, right? Like I didn't know that stuff this late was not like self-aware at that point. Like I feel like the technology nowadays, you know, you can, I mean, like Primer was made for like $8,000. Like you can make a movie for nothing, but I feel like we're less frequently getting stuff like this, and I don't know why. Probably because we're aging like exponentially, you know, like in our like maturity. So like they're aware like that's stupid, and I can make a movie but that's dumb, or I don't know what it is. You guys know what I'm talking about at all? I'm just kind of like
yes, I think it has to do with you think a thing through, and then you're like, by the time I could have done it, I can pick apart. If I don't have a bunch of money behind me, I can pick apart why it would be easier to not do it, because I can go, well, shit, I would do this, but would that be stupid? Like it wouldn't be the best thing ever. So, and there's so much stuff to compete with.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, like even in the world of podcasts, which have only existed for 10 years,
12 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 12. Yeah, sure. Like 12 years. Now you like go on to anything and search podcasts, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ! Like, you know, it's like tattoos in the '90s, finding a comedian or a news personality that doesn't have a fucking podcast. So it's like, well, how if you want to make a thing, and especially a movie, which takes money and a collaborative effort, and it's very hard to do. It's a lot easier to just go, is this idea worth it? Not really. Than to go like, no, I believe in this and I'm pushing it through and I'm going to max out my credit cards and all that kind of stuff. So I think you're seeing it less because you know what it might be is there was, I mean, obviously nobody's fans of Harvey Weinstein, but I think the Miramax, right. But I think the Miramax culture in the 90s was giving people these kind of stars in their eyes that they could make a little like, oh, we made this thing. We wrote it ourselves. We shot it, you know, on El Mariachi kind of budget. And we made a little Goodwill Hunting. And then we went to festivals and then we got picked up by like, you know, like Harvey noticed it and da-da-da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think they fostered that kind of thing. Like it was because of Miramax that all of the major studios had to then create their own little boutique. Like Sony Classics already was doing like foreign films, but then Fox had to have a Fox Searchlight, and every major studio had to have their little Matador, their little like, yeah, technically you're on, you know, Universal Music Group or whatever, but like this is our little indie thing, and we'll leave you alone.
Yeah,
and maybe we can get another imprint. Yeah, exactly. It's their little indie thing they don't fuck with, and if they're lucky, they get a My Big Fat Greek Wedding that cost them nothing to make and made them all the money. So I think everyone was – it's like the dot-com boom You know, people are like, "Oh, so it's like a boon for filmmakers." Early '90s, like,
right?
Because wasn't El Mariachi like '91?
I thought it was like 93, but yeah, I mean,
it was that era.
You're talking about that same the first 5 years of the '90s, where
where people were like, "Holy shit, you guys! If you can make your own Pulp Fiction or your own El Mariachi, you could be, you know." Tarantino was a video clerk, you know, at Blockbuster, whatever the fuck, local video store. Like, that could be you if you're like a film nerd. And so people were like, oh shit, you know, like people do when they smell money. So I think there was kind of that in the air, like how Bitcoin is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, do you have any
yeah,
final
but
thoughts here?
we're seeing that again right now, and even in the last 5 years, like the Duplass brothers and people that did like High Maintenance. I don't know if you guys have checked this High Maintenance out, but it started as a web series. Mm-hmm. And like we're in this place right now where it's like if you can
wasn't Broad City a web series to start?
Oh yeah. Like you dedicate yourself with like this sincere intention and go out and do it and work hard and make mistakes and get better and make mistakes and get better. You can do this. And
that's true.
I would love to see some other attempts where they did get better. You know, like the Duplass brothers were really open about their early work being terrible, and they just kept doing it and kept going. And I think that like this film is a really good example of like, here's the first step in that direction. Mm-hmm. I mean, for him, like, I mean, it's obvious. Like he's like, I want to be famous. Here, look at all the shit I can do. Here's 20 different styles and skills that I have poorly displayed for you here. But
you're totally right, though, right? I mean, maybe he would get some feedback and eventually be able to do kung fu in his kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Do you know? Does he have new stuff coming up? Does he?
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he's going to be Trump's lawyer.
So his at that Q&A, he the host said, you know, this was originally called Champagne and Bullets, and you have a sequel, like you've written the script, and he's like, I have a script. Yes, there's a script, and he's interested in producing it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
He could make another film.
You know what? Earnestness. That was earnest is the word I was looking for. That's to accompany sincerity. Yeah. Like I think there's earnestness in these things like that's that thread where people are like, you know, almost sometimes turned off by it when they're like, ugh, you're kind of wearing your like heart on your sleeve or your ambition on your sleeve in a lot of cases. And yeah, like that can be a huge turn off, but sometimes it makes for great failures.
Yeah,
that are fun to watch.
You know, the other thing that really happened, and it's really shitty, is that people just got famous for being famous. So instead of like trying to do something, you just made a fucking sex tape,
right?
And
you married somebody.
Ass. Yeah.
Yeah. I see things all the time, like, you know, just looking through my, like a Google News feed, and they're like, so-and-so and so-and-so are breaking up or having a fight or whatever. And I'm like, okay, are these like two reality stars? Like, you know, like you see People magazine and you're like,
I literally don't know. Like, Luke and Diane, like, who are they?
Like, what have they done? Oh, they're just people who were on like, you know, Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, well, they didn't do anything except let their lives be taped. So like, sorry, there's so much real content being made by people who are trying. Yeah. I would rather give the attention to people who try and fail to make content than just be like, yeah, film my life. Give me a check. Like, that's crazy.
So like, can I make a recommendation? There's no antidote here because I wholeheartedly recommend watching this. 100% watching it. But
don't need an antidote.
But I recently, last weekend, I went to see The Endless at the Hollywood Theater, and the directors were there. And I didn't realize until I showed up in the lobby that they were the guys that made this film I loved from 2012 called Resolution. So go to like Amazon Prime. which is you can stream it from there. It's called Resolution from 2012, and then check out their new film, The Endless. If you can, see it in the theaters. It's amazing, and it's mind-bendingly crazy. The Endless is the name of the new film, and it's bizarre and it's so good. You don't have to see Resolution first, but they exist in the same world and they complement each other definitely. So check out Resolution and The Endless.
The Endless is the new one.
Yeah, The Endless.
And the Endless came out this year.
Yes, it's currently. Yeah, they're touring around currently right now.
Okay, cool.
So you can see it without seeing Resolution, but if you see Resolution first, it adds an entire layer of craziness to it.
Oh, cool! And that's on Prime right now.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man,
really impressive stuff. That's like that kind of while Kyle was talking about people grinding out, the Duplass brothers and stuff, talking about, grinding out the stuff and making this art with these tools and these small budgets. These guys have done this, and I think they're like that level of artistic triumph for me. Just totally impressed. I mean, I was once I realized they were the guys that made this movie I saw that nobody else saw. I was like fucking giddy, like, it's the Beatles or some shit like that. And when they introduced themselves at the beginning and said, blah, blah, Resolution, and like 5 people cheered, like, holy shit, like that's the biggest reaction we've ever got ever. Like, wow. Saying the name of this film. So I'm surprised. So it was on Netflix for like a year. And that's where I think most of our audience came from. And then it moved to Amazon Prime.
So it sounds like it has one of those followings like, I think a film that I probably recommended on this podcast before, The Cell, or sorry, not The Cell, but same director, Tarsem Singh, The Fall, where it's really lush and people are like I know like Elliot Kalin of Flophouse podcast is like he loves that movie. I came across it somehow and then I would just for 2 years was just like, oh, you have to see this. And there was something about it, and I didn't realize it was the guy who made The Cell. I had to look it up, but it sounds like it has that. There is a kind of a following of people. They're like, holy shit, this fucking movie! Just the way it looks and the mythology of it and stuff. And it sounds kind of like it has that kind of a fan cachet behind it or whatever.
So it's interesting because. My knee-jerk reaction is to say it's like a found footage thing, but it's not. But it feels like this very gritty, grounded thing. But the Resolution, the way I described it to people that I told about was it's like Cabin in the Woods for people that are smart, really smart. So it's this meta media commentary on audiences and forms of media as a quasi horror movie. It's the only way I can describe it. It blew my fucking mind when I first saw it, and then going to see The Endless and seeing, knowing it's the same guys and then seeing that it was actually in that world blew my fucking mind. Where I was just holding my fucking hands in front of my mouth, my Renee's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh my god! If you saw Resolution, you'd be fucking shitting yourself right now. This is insane." It's so good. I loved it.
Oh man, you got me excited about that.
Cool. Yeah, I want to check that out.
Okay, so speaking of indie stuff, typically we muck about in the mire of crap here, but for our next episode, we have kind of a cool thing going on. We got offered a festival screener of an indie horror movie that hasn't been out yet. It's called. The God Inside My Ear. I'm totally stoked that we get to do a non-shitty movie for once.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
It'll be pretty weird. Yeah, so totally stoked about that. So come back in 2 weeks. We'll be there for that. And wrap it back up. So again, back to the whole thing. If you donate some money, we'll give you some riffs. So it's mostly me and Joe and Kyle making hilarious commentary about some really bad movies. Invasion of the Bee Girls, Curse of the Swamp Creature, and Wild Guitar. And even our first one has some pretty funny jokes in it. What was that one called, Kyle? Bloody Pit of Horror.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Bloody Pit of Horror.
So there's 4 riffs. All some pretty good laughs in there. Every $5 you donate to charity, we'll give you one of those riffs. All you have to do is take a picture of your confirmation screen when you donate to any charity and tweet at us at @that's_trash, or go to our website, that'scoolthat'strash.com, and post it in any post, and we will send you the riff you want. So, Bloody Pit of Horror, Invasion of the Bee Girls, Curse of the Swamp Creature, or Wild Guitar. They're all yours for $5 a pop, and all you have to do is help fight Trump.
Easy. Do that.
Easy peasy.
Fuck, man.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for staying up super late and talking with me about this movie.
Thank you for picking this out. My God, this is a blast.
This is one of the longest episodes ever. I'm gonna probably not trim that much out either.
I was gonna say you got your work cut out for you, but if you're gonna leave it all in, then
no, I'll cut out pee breaks, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, that fountain, man! I couldn't. I was like, you can't do this to me.
Damn you, restaurant scene!
It's like, oh, water feature. Damn it! All right.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
For That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Joe Kincher.
I'm Kyle Schaefer. Satan lives.
And you folks out there, stay trashy for Satan.
The Ace of Spades.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.
He's the one who murdered the baby.
What? Really?